Hey everybody, welcome to KastorCorner.com. I'm your host Khalil here for another toy of the day. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. Tonight, hot off the truck, we got a new Iron Man figure to take a look at. You can check out a full gallery of this guy up on KastorCorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. And you can check out the Cornercast podcast every Monday night. Soon, hopefully, I will have a new one up. It's going to be with Sunny, and all the details will be up on the website for sure. Soon, as soon as I'm done recording and editing this, or not editing, sorry, uploading this. I edited the pictures. And so Bill and I got this online thanks to a heads up from Adventures in Collecting. I posted earlier some links there. Our friend Mike at Mike's Toys and Stuff should be getting this soon as well. So thrilled to have it a little bit early to take a look at it. And this is the new Mark III Iron Man armor from the Infinity Saga line, which is going to drain all of our wallets in the next month and a half. It's going to get really expensive. There's some really cool stuff coming. So this is the figure that kicked off the Marvel Universe, MCU. And back when we had like Iron Man Marvel figures, there was a Titanium Man, there was a Crimson Dynamo, there was this armor, there was the undersized Ironmonger. And we got this, and I remember his joints were like rubbery and kind of soft, and the plastic was kind of weird. But it was a good figure. It was a good representation, but it was really kind of plain. It didn't have a lot of depth to it. It was kind of molded but painted. This one has a lot more depth and detail to it. Gone are the rubbery joints. They're harder plastic. He comes with couple things. One, he does not come with any repulsor blasts, which I know I've complained about getting repulsor blast after repulsor blast after repulsor blast, but you can't even plug them into his hands. His hands are, and I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but we've got close-ups on the website. The hands are completely covered over. But he comes with both hands with the fins up, so he can do the repulsor blast look to him. He comes with the normal helmet. There's also an alternate face. I will say it has like the double-sided barbell peg joint in there, and this one was a little bit snug. And if you're doing a lot of swapping, like it went on easy now because I've been swapping it on and off for pictures. But I will say I was a little bit nervous doing it the first time. It just wasn't catching, and it was worrying me that I was gonna break it. Honestly, there's close-ups of Tony's head, the mask up version of it. There's part of me that wishes, considering this was more of a premium figure, I think it was 26 or 29, so it was above the normal Marvel Legends in the Infinity Saga, line. Those tend to be a little bit more expensive than the normal ones. They've got like the black box. Sorry, the box was gone before I even got out of the parking lot. And I wish they had done a messy-haired Tony from the end where he tossed off the helmet fighting with Obadiah. And we had that version because that would have matched perfectly. He comes with like the shield. So this piece on his right forearm pops off. And it looks all techie. It's got all like, detailing on the inside, and then you can plug in one of two options, and I always mixed up which way they went. There we go. So you've got the shield option, so he can put it up in front of his face. That really didn't seem to shield him in the film, but it worked. So you could do this pose, and then it also comes with, which looks really cool with this head on it. If I can get it on, there we go. I think, yeah, there, maybe. Yeah, I worry about the long term of this joint, to be honest with you. So you've got the missile launchers from that scene where he goes out and he goes rogue on his first mission. And he's completely turned around trying to put the head on. But, when he, fires it off. Let's see if I can... So because of the way the wrist is here, it doesn't let you go fully down. So he can't do like this to launch like he would. It stays about that angle, which, for posing, looks a little bit weird because it doesn't look like the missiles are going to clear his wrist from that angle. You can see. So visually, I wish I could bend it just slightly more. Let's see if I can bend it and put it in. Okay, so, but still, it still doesn't look like it's going to clear. You can see it kind of looks like it's going to skate above. So if you peg it all the way in, if you push the peg in there to get it flush with the forearm, it looks like it's going to hit. So visually, it looks a little bit off. So I wish either the missiles were a little bit higher or the wrist could go a little bit lower. But I don't know. The other problem is I can't get it to go up any higher because you'd want it to go just, I guess this is kind of straight out, so it's not too bad. So it looks pretty good in that pose right there. It's that scene where he, fires it off and blows up the tank. So, you can get that shot from it too. I think one of the other cool parts is in the elbows, the feet, and the knees, and all the joint parts. They have the little circular pattern. So it looks like you would need the key, like he was in the suit trying to get it off, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not a fan of the shoulder pads. They're very soft and flimsy plastic. They're not very, again, long-term for the figure and posing for the figure. I think that these pads are very soft. They're not hinged. They're not part of the shoulder joint like we've seen recently with the Iron Man armors. So it kind of harkens back to that. And then my final criticism, honestly, about this whole thing, and it's unfortunate, but mine definitely looks like it was scuffed up with some sandpaper. You're not going to see it on the camera. He's too shiny. The lights are too bright. You're not going to see it. But his forearm, the shield, his back, I might be able to show it to you on the back. You can see the gold paint kind of scrapes out underneath. So elbows, especially the inner elbow joints, are pretty scuffed up. And that's how he came out of the package. So it wasn't even after posing. There was no paint flake. There was no issue there. So mine definitely had a lot of paint issues. And I know a lot of us are ordering these online, sight unseen, because retail has been so difficult lately to find new product consistently. So I know a lot of us flock to online. So just know that there's a possibility that you might have some paint issues going forward. What's really nice, though, is if you had like the candy apple red paint, you could probably fix it, which I have issues with. I shouldn't have to fix a brand new figure. But, thousands, tens of thousands of these are flying off the line. You can't expect everyone to be perfect, but there's a lot of paint issues overall. There's a lot of paint scrapes and parts missing in the upper body region. Lower body's perfectly fine. The upper body, from the arms to the torso, all have some kind of paint issue. So, just be careful. Know that it might be an issue. I haven't seen any others, so I don't know how everybody else is looking. I'm sure there'll be more reviews coming up soon because a lot of people are getting these in hand. What was nice though is there were no paint issues with the alternate Robert Downey Jr. face. You know, I could, as much as I don't like it, and my OCD in me goes, I need a perfect figure to start, and if things happen in between, it's my fault. I'm okay with it. But if this is the figure that goes up against Obadiah Stane, okay, like, yeah, no, he's gonna have some scuff, he's gonna have some scrapes. So I can accept it in that respect. But the fact that the Robert Downey Jr. head is pristine, really is what makes me feel like I'm okay with some of the paint slop. And again, it's the nature of the beast that we're in. We were used for decades just go into the store, pick the one with the best paint. I've seen Junior go through multiple cases trying to find the pristine and perfect version. I've also seen him send back, I've seen him buy an obscene amount of toys online, pick the best paint jobs, and send them back. And so we all, want that. But in the day of the digital age where we're ordering stuff online, it's not always an option. So, do the best you can. Hopefully everybody gets good ones. And there's where you go. And I like the arc reactor. I wish there was a little more detail to it. It's just straight, bright color. Better pictures on the website. But it's just bright white in the center with a little bit of blue halo around it. Looks cool. And I really like the collar piece too. So overall, am I happy with it? Yes. Am I even more excited now to get the Obadiah Stane figure with the Ironmonger? So much more. So with that, this version, and now Dwight said Mark II will be on the way at some point in the future because we have this new Iron Man body, which is just a straight silver repaint of this one. So I'm excited for that at some point, and maybe we'll get a Rhodey head with it. Maybe we'll get a Don Cheadle head with it, which would be amazing from Iron Man 2, 1 and 2. So there you go, Iron Man Mark III. I know it was a little harsh on the paint, but the first of the Infinity Saga, I really, and the flagship character of the MCU at the moment, for sure. So, but definitely worth it. Like, don't let a couple of stray paint marks deter you. This is definitely worth picking up. So thanks for watching. You can check out a full gallery of this guy up on castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. I'll be posting some pictures there. And check out the Cornercast podcast. Every Monday night, a new podcast. Tonight is with Sunny, and it all depends on how long it takes this to upload and then the podcast to upload. But it will be up for your morning commute for sure this time. No late ones like with Jesse and DJ. So thanks for watching, guys, and join us tomorrow night for another Toy of the Day here on castorscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.